Hello, this is Mark Watson from MTC Media here, talking about little George Mason and the point of their problem. In Kim English's first year, he's done an incredible job. He has multiple road wins at Power Fives in an era where people are asking constantly, why can't the local teams recruit locally? George Mason's been able to recruit locally. Um, English has DC Premier's Justin Fernandez already on campus, and Gonzaga's Devin Dinkins is heading to Fairfax also. So, hey, look, he's turning that around. Him and Dwayne Simpkins, they deserve a bunch of credit what they're doing there. But as Mason heads into the A-10 tournament this week, there's two things we know. We know that despite the tournament being here in Washington, D.C., Mason, please leave the campus early because I-66 is always a bear. And two, it's hard to win this time of year if your point guard play is not on point. You see what I did there? After a 4-game winning streak for Mason during the year, they have finished this season 3-8 in their last 11. And for George Mason, the problem has been the point guard position. Xavier Johnson, guy that I like a lot, he just seems that at times he's lost his confidence. He went through the stretch where he's very aggressive with the ball, trying to get more shots up, do those things to help the team out and to be more assertive. But right now, he looks like a guy struggling with decision making, which slows him down. At times on Saturday in the 83-80 overtime loss to UMass, he had problems bringing the ball up the floor. It was like stress to get the ball on the floor and to get them in their stuff. And how George Mason runs their stuff, run it through Oduro. They have the guys, Schwartz and Cooper out there for three, those type of things. You got to get into your offense so you can use all of those options and to get them the ball early. And the ball is not getting out and getting there early. That first 7 seconds, which belongs to the players, you're not getting it in the first 7 seconds. You know, then you have that big chunk, and then you have the last 7 seconds. Too many things are getting into the last 7 seconds, and that's because of point guard play. The point guard play has not been very good from Xavier Johnson. I don't know how to get it back. English's other option is Ronald Polite. And there's nothing wrong with what Polite's done. In fact, I think over time he's starting to look more and more confident and healthier. Injuries has been his problem. And with injuries means he has not come out with enough court time over the last couple of years to see a significant amount of growth. There is growth. Everyone's hoping that he's going to get into what he was thought of being just to stay healthy. You know, that's not his fault. That's not a play problem. It's not an understanding problem. It's just that you need court time. And I believe that Kim English will give him the court time, but this is a tough time of year to start experiencing. And then you have Jamal Hartwell, who's been around for a while here in Fairfax under the old regime. But that was the reason why George Mason didn't win on Saturday. Well, part of the reason why I know defensively, and Coach English is right. He said at his post-game press conference, when you score 80 points, you're supposed to win. You scored enough points. And we get it. He's right. He's 100% right. But you also can't have the point guard position scoring 8 points on 2 for 15 shooting with 7 assists and 5 turnovers. You know, that's the flip side too. 1 or 2 less turnovers, they probably win in regulation. 1 or 2 made shots, they probably win in regulation. And yes, giving up 83 points is not the optimal thing. And as Coach English always talks about, he always talks about standards. And giving up, even in a win, giving up 83 points doesn't meet his standards. And I'm confident in saying that, not having his standards sitting like right in front of me like this, that 83 points does not meet the standard of what Coach English wants. So, you know, we're heading to March, A-10 tournament. George Mason starts over Fordham. I'm going to tell you what, Fordham Rams have been playing well of late, including a win over Mason last week. So we all know March is razor thin. It is razor thin. And the last place you can have a problem is at point guard. So we have seen that March has brought out the best in people. And if 4 days in DC, that can bring out the best in that point guard position for George Mason, there's a great opportunity that they're playing in the A-10 finals. But if it doesn't, there's great opportunity that George Mason will be taking vacations and leaving the lovely campus on Fairfax before the weekend ever begins. It's Mark Washington from